Good evening everyone. Myself is Dr. Nabanita Basu. I am a faculty in Human Development Department from Prashanto Chandra Mahalanobish Mahavidyalaya, and today I am going to give a presentation on academic lockdown and how it is affecting. Now, first is the scenario. What is the scenario at present? The lockdown, owing to the COVID-19 outbreak, has brought the entire world to a standstill, which is almost unthinkable in today's world and economy. This has stirred death, destruction and upheaval across the world, and all this has resulted in a feeling of helplessness and hopelessness that everyone is going through. Now, all of us, we know that education is the backbone of a nation, and hence the prime concern at this time is for the mass student population. Since the academic lockdown is still on, although there has been some announcements made by the different ministries and governments regarding the opening of the educational institutions, but still there are some very big question marks and uncertainties prevailing. With schools, colleges, universities being shut for an indefinite period of time, it has set millions of pupils further back in their learning. According to the UNESCO estimate, around 321 million Indian children were asked to stay back home, and to solve this problem and to maintain continuity in the teaching learning process, online teaching and learning has been advised. This short-term but severe disruption in the academic industry is now being felt everywhere. Now let us see what are the major challenges or the problems. Firstly, it is being seen that all the major exams have been postponed, which includes the board and the competitive exams. Secondly, many assessments have been cancelled, which may have long-term consequences for the students. Recently for the final part 3-year students, it has been decided that they are not going to sit for the exam, and instead they will be given some home assignments, and their evaluation will be done on the basis of that assignments and their previous 2 years results assessments. Another problem is, since both teaching and student assessment has moved online, a lot of trial, error and uncertainty is arising. Another problem is there always, that is the problem of internet connectivity issues. Another thing is, since students are from different social background and not every one of them has access to a laptop or internet connection, especially this is happening for the remote areas, hence it is not possible for all of them to attend the online classes. Another challenge is that the assignments require careful planning so that the students do not lose their interest and seriousness towards their subject. Now, let us see what is the impact of all this on the mental health of the students. Now, this sudden transition of routine teaching to online teaching is becoming very much stressful, particularly for the slow learners and those with special needs. Moreover, there are feelings of being trapped inside the home, loss of patience is there, future uncertainties are always there at the back of the mind, which leads to depression, anxiety and panic disorder. Moreover, problems of boredom, fatigue and increase in mental stress is always there. Now, with regard to the condition of the mental health of the students, I would like to cite some incidences in this regard. The first incidence is that of a young girl and a bright student in Malappuram, Kerala, who committed suicide as she was very much upset about not having access to the television or online classes since they started. The family was financially very strained, and the girl was worried that she would not be able to study further or that her studies would be affected. Another incidence is that of 17-year-old Pratyusha Jha, who says that she wakes up scrambling for newspapers these days to look for any news about her pending board exams and is anxious about what the future has in store for her. Another incidence is that of Rani Kumari. She is a resident of Chandbagh and she has said that it has become an endless wait for her and she is not feeling like studying also. She says that right from the childhood she has been taught that board exams are very much crucial and they have to be focused at least 2 years in advance. But now the picture is altogether a very different one for her. Now we come to the strategies. It is true that it is not possible to overcome all the difficulties that we discussed just now, but still some strategies can be helpful or can prove helpful to cope up with the present situation. First thing is online counseling along with online classes. Second is parent counseling along with the students, because parents are very much anxious regarding the career of their kids. Next is students who seem to be very much anxious. A regular monitoring should be done for them so that they can be prevented to enter into the state of depression. Ensuring the students every time that there will be no loss of air and their studies will not be affected in any way. Another important strategy that can be adopted is motivating the students to participate, if possible, in the e-programs conducted by their respective institutions for their knowledge enhancement as well as to get rid of their boredom. Another important thing that can be done is encouraging them to nurture their talent in any area which they excel. It can be any area such as singing, dancing, drawing, recitation, because this will act as an avenue for them to release their pent up emotions as well as to get rid of their stress. To conclude, it can be said that academic lockdown is a temporary situation and the strategy that has been adopted to keep the continuation of the teaching learning process is also short term. But the most important thing is that this assurance needs to be very, very much widespread. And from a suggestive ground, it can be said that long-term counseling is necessary, and that's why for this continuation, a mental health cell is necessary for every educational institution in post-lockdown, so that the counseling process continues for the mass benefit, because it will be very much beneficial for them in future also if this process continues, if the process of counseling continues for them. So these are the references which have helped me in preparing this presentation. Thank you everyone for viewing this presentation. Thank you.